Here we go. Okay, it's week 11, and finally the regulars are back, and we're going to help us again. Nicole and I last week were tied 7-7. Green Bay is the pick that decided. Shockers last week were Baltimore losing to Seattle, and Detroit not showing up against Chicago, Chicago destroying. So this week we got a lot of teams that are off, so we'll deal with these games on. Obviously there is one going on right now. Denver playing the Jets, 3-3 at halftime. The spread there is +6, or -6, I should say, for the Jets. We know with all these half the people here are Jet fans, so we know they would have obviously gone with the Jets -6. I would go right from the beginning, and I'm still saying it now. Denver +6 is take it, because I think Denver at home is fighting for their life. They know they're in a playoff race, so they'll keep it close. They may lose by a touchdown, but they may lose even by 3 points, or they may even win. So I'm taking Denver. And everybody else is taking the Jets, thinking they're going to win in the second half. I don't know how. They just don't look that great with no running back. Okay, next games, Sunday games. We have Tennessee at Atlanta, -6 for Atlanta. Basically, Atlanta last week, bonehead play of the week, 4th down in overtime, going for it. It's -6. I think the coach is in trouble. If he does something else during the year, he may get fired. Tennessee is a team. Johnson is showing up. Chris Johnson is playing finally. I just think Atlanta at home has to show that they're a good team. They're going to win -6. I'm taking Atlanta. All of you, 3 of you are taking Titans. Atlanta. Nicole is with me. Okay. Next game, Buffalo at Miami, -2. Miami is on a winning streak. Woo, bad. They've won 2 games in a row playing bad teams. Kansas City and Washington, and now comes Buffalo. I think they want to win for the fans at home, so I'm going to take the -2. I think Miami's going to win by at least the field goal. We have a split. We have Menon and Nicole taking Miami, while the other 2 are taking Buffalo for obvious reasons. They can't stand Miami, not for real things. Okay, Cincinnati at Baltimore, -7 Baltimore. Cincinnati last week played Pittsburgh. They didn't win. It was at home, and now they have to travel to Baltimore with a -7 spread. Baltimore losing last week. Seattle has to show up this week. I think Cincinnati will be shown that they can't win, and Baltimore will show that they can win. Basically, Cincy is the most overrated team this year, according to Menon. I agree with that. I don't think they do have a good defense. You have to give Cincy a good defense, but Baltimore will definitely. But I'm taking Cincy plus the 7. Cincy plus the 7. You guys are taking Baltimore, Baltimore, Baltimore. So you have a sweep on Baltimore, but I'm taking Cincy plus the 7. Okay, everyone's taking Baltimore. Remember that. Next game, Jacksonville at Cleveland. Cleveland last week loses on a final play where the field goal guy, snapper, hits someone's leg and it doesn't make it, and they lose by a point, which unbelievable. Jacksonville, Maurice Jones-Drew. And Cleveland, I don't know where the running game is. They've lost the guy, and now they're playing with Okabadoki or something like that. It's a veto game. It's considered the dog of the week. There's no question about that. This is a dog week. I don't care. So let's just say I'm taking Cleveland at home -1. They want to show that they can win. Jacksonville, Cleveland. Menon doesn't want to make a pick. He doesn't like the game. Got it. Me too. Okay, Oakland at Minnesota. Oakland's -1. We saw last week Ponder playing well against Green Bay's defense. I think Oakland with Palmer is playing well. He's showing that he is a good quarterback. Jesus, you know what? I'm going to go with Ponder at home. Take the +1. Minnesota somehow wins it. We have 2 Oaklands and 2 Minnesotas. We have 3 Oaklands and 2. We have 3 Oaklands and 1 Minnesota only with me. So wow, Este's taken with me. Maybe I should switch it. Okay, Carolina at Detroit. Detroit -7. Carolina, obviously, with the rookie quarterback. Cam Newton is playing well this year. Detroit last week, that's a dud of a week. I don't know if they're a team. I think they're also an overrated team. I think they're the one that we always hope that they're going to do well, and the offense is not clicking, and the defense is shut down. If they don't win this game outright by more than 10 points, they're not showing up in the playoffs at all this year, I think. So I'm taking Detroit -7. We have 1 player taking, Menon is taking Carolina. Okay. Next game, we have Tampa Bay at Green Bay, -14. A lot of points. -14 for Green Bay. I don't have any reason why Tampa Bay should keep this close. It's in Green Bay. Tampa Bay loses last week. Who they play? It was a killer. They got destroyed last week. Oh, against Houston. Houston showed that they can play against them. And if Houston can do it against Tampa, then Green Bay can do it against Tampa. So there's no way Tampa keeps it close. Menon is taking, again, Tampa. I'd be the only one. For some reason, he has been drinking the underdog Gatorade tonight. Okay, Dallas at Washington, -7.5 Dallas. Basically, Dallas just showed up last week against Buffalo. A lot of scoring points. Washington loses to Miami. 14 points cover the spread for sure. You watch. Please, men in Tampa Bay is not going to be close. We'll see. I'll put that down for you. I'll mark it. Okay, but Washington at home, Dallas -7.5. I think Dallas is showing up finally. They realize they're in the race. They have to play. So -7.5, I would do that. Dallas -7.5. SD is the only one taking Washington. Interesting. Okay. Okay, next game. Arizona at San Francisco. San Francisco -9.5. Basically, San Francisco wins last week against the Giants. Gore is injured, but he is playing. And Arizona is playing with their backup quarterback, Skelton. They did win last week against Philadelphia. You got to give that. And to get 9.5 points for Arizona, even though it's in San Francisco, I'm taking Arizona plus the 9.5. We have two San Franciscos. We have a Nicole and an Esty. Okay, Nicole and Esty. Everybody else is going with Arizona, which I agree. I think Arizona will keep it close. They're going to lose, however. San Francisco won't care about it. They're just going to want to win it. Okay, next game is another dog of the week. It was a competition. Seattle at St. Louis, who gives a hoot. They're fighting in the West for, I don't know, bottom position maybe, bottom feeders. So it's Seattle who wins last week against Baltimore. St. Louis, Bradford, is he playing? Is he not playing? You know, -2 St. Louis. Basically, that's the spread. I'm taking Seattle. I think I saw the game last week against Baltimore, and Seattle played well. We have one for St. Louis. I don't know, Nicole, how you can pick St. Louis. But, I mean, they have a good running back, but that's it. But I'm taking Seattle. Everybody else is taking Seattle. Okay, next game, San Diego at Chicago. Chicago -3.5. Chicago's playing well now. It is getting colder in Chicago. San Diego hasn't showed up this year. Oh, there's just that is the most overrated team this year. I mean, they haven't showed up for anything against New England, against last week. I mean, it's just been bad. It's a tough one. -3.5. I've got to take Chicago, even though I don't know how or why they're winning, but they are somehow winning. I'm taking Chicago -3.5. So we have two San Diegos, Menon and Esty taking San Diego. Okay, and last games for Sunday night, Philadelphia at the Giants. Good game for Sunday Night Football. Giants -4. Basically, Eagles not 3-6. Giants head of the division. Philly doesn't win this game. They're out of the year. They have nothing to do. I'm going to go, this is my upset special. I think Philly wins the game. I would definitely take the +4 points, and I believe Philly will win this game. And basically, we have the Giants being taken by Menon. I just think, even though Vic is injured, Vic is injured, but he's still going to play. And I think Philadelphia realizes they have to win. The question is not that. The question is whether or not the wide receiver plays. And it just off the top of my head, I forgot. So Jackson, whether he plays or not. Monday Night Football, a joke of a game again. Kansas City at New England. Point spread is -15 points, guys. -15 at New England, Kansas City. Kansas City may just play the first 2 quarters and realize they're out of their league against New England. I'm going New England -15. I think they win by 20. I think New England wants to pile on the points just to show everybody they still have a good offense. And Kansas City doesn't have their Castle is out. And I don't know where Kansas City is going to get their points. They have a guy I don't even know their backup quarterback. It's just horrible. So I'm taking New England -15. We have two Kansas City. Menon and Grass are taking Kansas City. Wow. Really, seriously. I know it's a lot of points for a football game, but that's how it is. And that's how it is for Week 11.